The very loud and harmonious roar that resembles the wind and the harp, as well as human singing and the sound of a perfect organ, suddenly resounds in the silence of the morning. It comes near, more and more harmonious and loud, and with its vibrations, it fills the earth, propagates them, and impresses them on the house, on the walls, on the furniture. The flame of the chandelier, so far immobile in the peace of the closed room, flickers as if a wind were blowing, and the little chains of the chandelier tinkle, vibrating under the wave of the supernatural sound that strikes them. The apostles raise their heads, frightened, and as that most beautiful rumble, in which are all the loveliest notes that God gave the heavens and the earth, approaches them more and more, some stand up, ready to run away. Some crouch on the floor, covering their heads with their hands and mantles, or beat their breasts, asking God to forgive them. Some press against Mary, too frightened to keep the reserve they always have for the most pure mother. Only John is not frightened, because he sees the bright peace of joy that is accentuated on the face of Mary, who raises her head smiling at a thing known to her alone, and who then slides down on her knees, opening her arms, and the two blue wings of her mantle, so opened, stretch out on Peter and John, who have imitated her, kneeling down. But all this, which took me some minutes to describe, has taken place in less than 1 minute. And then the light, the fire, the Holy Spirit enters, with a last melodious loud noise in the form of a very shining burning globe, into the closed room, without any door or window being moved, and remains hovering for a minute over Mary's head, about 3 palms above her head, which is now uncovered, because Mary, upon seeing the fire Paraclete, has raised her arms to invoke him, and has thrown her head back with a cry of joy, with a smile of boundless love. And after that moment, in which all the fire of the Holy Spirit, all the love is collected in his spouse, the most holy globe splits into 13 canorous, very bright flames, of so bright a light that no earthly comparison can describe, and it descends to kiss the forehead of each apostle. But the flame that descends upon Mary is not a tongue of a straight flame on her forehead that it kisses, but it is a crown that embraces and encircles the virginal head like a wreath, crowning as queen the daughter, the mother, the spouse of God, the incorruptible virgin, the wholly beautiful, the eternally loved, the eternally maiden, whom nothing can humiliate, and in nothing whom sorrow had aged, but who was revived in the joy of the resurrection, sharing with her Son an accentuation of beauty and freshness of bodies, of looks, of vitality, having already an advance of the beauty of her glorious body received into heaven, to be the flower of paradise. The Holy Spirit makes his flame shine round the head of his beloved. Which words does he speak to her? Mystery. Her blessed face is transfigured with supernatural joy and smiles with the smiles of seraphim, while blissful tears shine like diamonds on the cheeks of the Blessed Virgin Mary, struck as they are by the light of the Holy Spirit. The fire remains so for some time, then it vanishes. In memory of its descent, there remains a fragrance that no earthly flower can exhale, the perfume of paradise. The apostles collect themselves. Mary remains in her ecstasy. She only folds her arms across her breast, closes her eyes, lowers her head. Her conversation with God continues, insensible to everything. No one dare disturb her. John, pointing at her, says, "She is the altar, and the glory of the Lord has rested on her glory." Yes, let us not upset her joy, but let us go and preach the Lord, and let his works and his words be known to peoples, says Peter with supernatural impulsiveness. Let us go, let us go. The Spirit of God is burning in me, says James of Alphaeus. And it is urging us to act, all of us. Let us go and evangelize the peoples. They go out as if they were pushed or attracted by a wind or by a vigorous force. There, the vision ends. And we know what happens next because it's told to us in the Acts of the Apostles. Peter and the others are out there preaching, and people are hearing, Jews from all over the place, all over the world, are hearing the preaching in their own languages.